Okay, hey guys, I'm gonna do an eyeshadow makeup tutorial. I'm just gonna do the eyes that Rachel wants. She did take a picture, so I'll just like insert that somewhere so you can look at it. And if anyone needs like help with like base makeup or anything, like I can help you with that too. Just like text me and I'll let you know. But Rachel wanted me to do this now, so if any of you want to go to the store and buy any of this stuff, you can. But I'm just gonna show you what I do and like how to make it more light and not so dark on your eyes. So yeah, so the stuff I use is this Jaclyn Hill palette, and it's just like by Morphe. You can get it at Sephora or like Ulta. I don't know if there's anywhere else, but I think I got mine from Ulta. So I use these two up here, if you can't tell. They're like it's called Enlighten Beam. And as you can tell, you can see that it kind of makes that like silvery color once you blend them. And then I use the black in the bottom of the corner. There's other Morphe palettes I know that have similar shades, because I know there's one that I have and it's like a more skin tone. So like if you actually want to use the palette later on, you can just buy one that has more like skin tony tones, if that makes sense, or if you need it for studio. Like I know I have one, but so I use the Jaclyn Hill palette, and then I use these three brushes. Honestly, the brush does kind of matter, but it doesn't matter all the way. So like for the black, I use this Pro Blending Crease. I don't know if you can see. Pro Blending Crease, it looks like this. And just honestly, you just need like a fluffier end brush. This one's like okay, but like obviously if it's fluffier, that's going to be more equivalent. So I use that one for the black, and then for the white, I use this chiseled oval brush. Oh shoot, you can, it's upside down. Okay, so I use this chiseled oval brush, and it's just like this at the top. Honestly, you just need like a smaller like brush that's small on the top, so like, and kind of thin, so it's easier to apply. And then I use this Pro All Over shadow brush, and that's what I use to blend in. So it's like kind of like fluffy-ish, but not as fluffy as the black, and it's like not as small as the white one, or silver, whatever you want to call it. And then I also use these two things. This is just Morphe setting spray. They range on like how big of bottles you get. So this one I think is like $12, but you don't have to get that. This is like a more like dupier brand. It's just NYX matte finish. Honestly, any like spray to get the pigment on your brushes and on your eyes to last longer, that's what I figured, that's like what works. So yeah, so what I do first is I work from the out in the like both sides towards the middle, so it like all comes together and it's not like looking too bad, if that, you know what that means. So before I go in with the white, so I just use like these two, and I start off without putting those on, and I just like put like some of this stuff on, and I like mix it. I honestly do both sides of the brush so I can like do it. So I put some on the brush, and then I spray it. I think I'm like almost out of this, so we'll even see if any comes out. Yeah, okay, I'll just use this one. So honestly, you could probably even do water, but anything that's gonna do it. So I have some on there, and then I add some more to both sides. This just makes the pigment stay on the brush and stay on your eyes for like longer when we have like long days. So I'm going to put it on my inner corner, kind of like what you normally do. So just start like that, if you can see that. Start like that, and then you bring it up and kind of like make sure it inlines with the crease that you've already formed. See, like the pigment comes on really well with the spray. I just figured that works better for me, honestly. You don't have to get it. So you kind of go like that, so it's like, you know, like just like straight lined. It like helps it so it's not so like all over the place. Honestly, you can get, I don't know if you can get Morphe. You can get Morphe at Sephora, Ulta while you're there. And then this, you can honestly, I bet it's there, I'm not 100% sure. But you can also get it at like Walmart, Target, any drugstore, honestly. So you start out like that, and I just keep adding more as I go on. So just make sure like the small tip brush is what makes it so like defined on the top, so it's like a line and not just like smudged all over the place. So just kind of like bring it in towards the middle, but not like too much. So I like bring it to like almost the center of my eye, if you will. Sorry, I have like 2 mirrors, but to like the center of my eye. And then I go in with the black. The black, like, I start small and then add more, because you would not want to add too much black and then try to remove it, because that's like the worst. Like, it's so hard to remove black because it's so dark. So try not to add too much, but yeah. So then I just start out and I just like pat it in. And you have to be very careful with the black, because yeah. Rachel just wanted me to like send this to you guys so you can try and maybe practice, if you will, or if you need to go get anything from the store. I don't know how much the Jacqueline palette is, but yeah. So just start off small and then add more as you go, because you don't want to add too much and then have to try and take away. So I just kind of dab it on there and not like too much. Slowly drag it in, but make sure you're still going at the crease of like where it would meet at the center of your eye. So just start by dragging. And I'm like a perfectionist when it comes to stuff like this, so I like take my time. But so like you can kind of see, I'll try it on the side. You can kind of see how like it's there, but it's not like bright in your face. So it's like not super dark right now, but we'll get to that point. So then you just keep adding some as you go. Just like honestly dip and tap into your eyes and on the palette. So I would say that's pretty good. So I'm starting to drag it into the center more. As you can see, I don't know if you guys are seeing this right now or not, but just start dragging it into the center. See, like, I like how close this eye. Okay, anyways, like drag it into the center. See, this one's like almost there. It's like in the middle of my eye-ish, and this one's almost there, but it's not entirely there just quite yet. So then I go and take this brush, and honestly, I have like one side that's like the black, and I have the other side that's like the white / the other colors. Honestly, you could probably use another brush if you will, but it just needs to be like thin but kind of fluffy. Like this one's just fluffy all around, and this one's just super thin, so it's like kind of a mix of both of them. So I go in, I add both of them more just to like bring it in, and then I see like what I need more of, if that makes any sense. So for this one, I'm just gonna bring in the white a little bit, and I'm gonna flip around and bring in the black as well. So like it kind of like mushes them together, and it makes this like almost like lighter, darker gray color, which is just like blending. Honestly, how I think about it is like 2 different ice cream colors and then like it blending in together, like if you make like ice cream soup or whatever, if you ever did that. So just kind of blend it in like that. So it's like kind of blended, you can see that. And then honestly, just make it so it's not like black and like silver. Like try to mush them so it's like more dimensional and like more like it looks like there's a third color, but there's not. So just keep adding and flipping. So it's like so it's like light silver, dark silver, and then black. So it should look like that. And then you go back in with the black, because like the silver, you can see it, but you can also see right where the black is, like where they kind of mush together. Sorry, this is kind of a long video, but I just take my time a lot more. So then you just add more black towards like the center right here to blend it in more, so it doesn't look like they're totally separated. And then that's exactly what I do with the white in the inner corner as well. And I try and make it more of like a line so you can see how like defined it is, versus like just like all thrown out your face and like all like the same line and stuff. That's the wrong brush. So just kind of blend it in and like blend in the silver where it's added in black to like the light silver. But you also don't want to blend it in too far, otherwise this will look like dark silver instead of light silver. I'm sure there's other palettes you can use that have like the same effect, but I just like this one because it's very pigmented, especially if you use like these two things. They just like help you overall. So I think that's pretty much it. Maybe we can go in and add a little bit more white. And if you can't tell, what I do is I literally like go like this and then I drag it up so it's like a defined line. And I put a little bit down here, but not a lot, just so you can see that there's white there, and then blend it in, but still keep that defined line. So it looks like that. I also try not to drag this too far out so it doesn't look like a cat wing or like too far around, if that makes sense. So it just looks a lot more like natural. So honestly, I just say like use a lot lighter colors. So it should look like that. You can't really tell. Let me go over this. Like, it's like not that dark. If you really think about it, like the black is like there, but it's not like boom in your face. So yeah, it just like depends how much you add, but just don't start off with too much. Honestly, the white, it doesn't matter how much you start out with because it like all is like the same when you put it on. But like for the black, you just want to start small and then add more because like black's such a like bold color that it's just like not as in your face. So yeah, if you need any help with like face makeup, or like if like you don't know what to get, like I can tell you like some stuff that I use for like competitions and stuff. But basically any of this stuff, I don't know where these brushes are from. I got them from one of my dance teachers as a gift for Christmas a couple years ago. But honestly, you can just get any. And if you need like help with like what brushes you should use for like contour, or if you should use anything for like just like blending brushes and stuff, I can help you with that. Just let me know. But yeah, that's how I do my eyeshadow. And as you can see, it's like not too bad. And then you can just go in with like white on your waterline or black. But I just choose, I only do white in my waterline because the black, sometimes it's like too much because you already have it all on your eyes. And when you get like tired and you accidentally rub your eye, it just like looks like a big thing on your eyes. So yeah, that's what I do. I don't think I have anything else. I forgot to mention this, but I also go back in with these right after I'm done spraying them. So like after I get done with my eyes, so like I do spray them on my brushes before I put and apply some of the eyeshadow, but then I go back and I spray my eyes just one more time with these. And then this one I use for my whole face. So like after I'm done with foundation and all my like base makeup, I spray that on, and then I do my eyes, and then I respray it on again. But I highly recommend it because it keeps your whole like face professional throughout like even the end of the night when we have like long competition days. And even when like Rachel's like, hey guys, we're about to go on, like go touch up your makeup, like I don't even touch my makeup up because it stays on so well and I don't need to. But I just recommend them. They work really well, they stay on really well, and yeah. So just get any of these two things. This is just setting spray and a matte finish. Both of them are like kind of the same, just slightly off. So honestly, if you get one or the other, it doesn't really matter. But yeah,